Hello everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I'm making tortellini and spinach with sun-dried tomato cream sauce. So it's really simple, and we're just going to start off with washing and chopping your spinach. About 4 cups you're going to need for this recipe. And you're just going to put that in a colander and set that aside. Next you're going to prepare your sun-dried tomatoes. And I do like to buy them packed in oil, but you're going to have to drain some of that oil off onto a paper towel before you use these in your recipe. But you want to reserve some of that oil to make your cream sauce with. So you're going to need about a half a cup or maybe a half a jar of these sun-dried tomatoes. And once you've drained the oil off on a paper towel, going to slide those over onto your chopping board and just give those a rough chop. I buy the julienne sliced up sun-dried tomatoes, so they're already pretty small pieces, but I'm just going to give them another little chop and have those ready to add to my sauce when I'm at that point. Next I'm going to chop 1 small red onion into fine pieces. And here's where you're going to need that reserved oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. You're going to need about a tablespoon, maybe just a little bit more of that oil into a skillet and get that hot. Then you're going to add your red onions until they've become softened. A couple of minutes cooking those in that oil, and then add your sun-dried tomatoes to the onions while they are steaming in that hot skillet. Stir those around until that all gets softened, and then you're going to add a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Of course, if you want more heat, you can add more. And a half teaspoon of salt. And about a half teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Stir that in until it is all mixed together. And then add 1 cup of chicken broth to this mixture in the skillet. Bring that to a little simmer, and you want to reduce the liquid about half. So I went ahead and had that simmering and shredded about a half cup of Parmesan cheese. And then after you have reduced your chicken broth, you're going to add a half cup of sour cream and the half cup of Parmesan cheese and 2 tablespoons of butter. Mix all that well in with your chicken broth until everything is smooth and mixed together really nicely. This cream sauce is amazing. It is so delicious. You can put this on any pasta. I had this refrigerator tortellini, so I just popped that into my boiling water and let that cook for about 2 minutes. While that's cooking, I'm going to top off the bread that I've sliced that I made the other day, the rosemary garlic bread, with some butter and pop that in the oven. Now the tortellini is all ready to drain the liquid off, and you want to reserve just a little bit of that pasta water in case your sauce gets too thick. But you're going to pour your tortellini or your pasta over the top of that spinach to let the spinach wilt down in that hot pasta water. Toss that around, get that mixed together pretty well. And I feel like here I should have chopped my spinach a little bit finer. But anyways, it was still delicious. And then you just pour your cream sauce over the top of that and carefully mix that in with your tortellini or whatever pasta you decide to use. I think the next time I'm going to make this, I'm going to use just plain spaghetti. I'm so glad you dropped by and watched to the end, and I appreciate you so much for doing that.